This is the first Unibody MacBook Pro. Released in October 2008, this generation of MacBook Pro marked a pivotal moment in Apple's history, combining innovative design and cutting-edge technology. This 15-inch laptop brought the Unibody construction to the MacBook Pro series, a manufacturing process that involved carving the entire chassis from a single piece of aluminum, which had first debuted with the first MacBook Air just a few months earlier. With its sleek, durable design, it redefined what a professional laptop should be. Now it wasn't just a lighter, thinner device. It packed serious performance and usability improvements than the previous MacBook Pros, with dual NVIDIA graphics cards, a glass multi-touch trackpad, and an easier way to remove the hard drive and battery. In this video, we're going to look at some different aspects of this device, from its specs and design, how it performs today, and what you can do to keep it usable in 2024 and beyond. When the 15-inch Unibody MacBook Pro launched, it was available in two configurations. The base model featured a 2.4 GHz Intel Core 2 Duo processor, 2 GB of DDR3 RAM, a 250 GB hard drive, and an NVIDIA GeForce 9400M integrated graphics chip with an additional 9600M GT discrete graphics card, which both had 256 MB of VRAM. For those looking for more power, Apple offered a higher-end model with a 2.53 GHz Intel Core 2 Duo processor, 4 GB of RAM, and a 320 GB hard drive. This configuration featured the same graphics cards as the lower tier model, but with a dedicated 9600M GT having 512 MB of VRAM instead of 256. There are also other options that can be configured from the online store, including a faster 2.8 GHz Intel Core 2 Duo, a faster 7200 RPM hard drive, and a 128 GB SSD. Both configurations featured a 15.4-inch LED backlit display with a resolution of 1440 by 900, a glass-covered multi-touch trackpad, and an aluminum enclosure that measured just 0.95 inches thick and weighed 5.5 pounds. The ports on this MacBook Pro included a MagSafe power connector, Gigabit Ethernet, FireWire 800, two USB 2.0 ports, a mini display port, audio in and out, and an Express Card 34 slot. The Unibody design wasn't entirely new to MacBooks in October 2008. It made its debut earlier in that year with the first generation MacBook Air. Apple engineered this design to maximize durability, reduce weight, and improve the structural integrity of its laptops. By machining the chassis from a single piece of aluminum, the need for multiple components was eliminated, creating a seamless and rigid structure. The Unibody MacBook Pro carried this concept further by integrating it into a pro-grade machine. Compared to its predecessor, the Unibody MacBook Pro was thinner, lighter, and more visually cohesive, with black accents for the keyboard keys and display that mirrored the aesthetics of the iPhone and iMac. This Unibody design quickly became a hallmark of Apple's laptop lineup, carrying through future generations of MacBook Pros and MacBooks for years to come. Next up, let's look at a comparison between the non-Unibody MacBook Pro and the late 2008 Unibody MacBook Pro. Now, the older design used a silver aluminum enclosure with a plastic border, while the Unibody model featured a sleeker design with an all-aluminum body and black glass bezel around the screen. The port arrangement also changed drastically. The first and most obvious change with the new model is that all the ports are located on the left side. The full-size DVI port was also replaced with mini DisplayPort, which paved the way for Apple's later transition to Thunderbolt in 2011. The Express Card /34 slot remained, but was dropped in the next 15-inch MacBook Pro. The MacBook Pro's new design also reduced the laptop's weight from 5.6 pounds to 5.5 pounds, which is a small difference, but a little bit noticeable for those who carry around their MacBook Pro daily. The internal redesign also allowed for Apple to add a larger, multi-touch glass trackpad that did away with the physical button entirely. While the previous generation was cutting edge for its time, the Unibody model represented the future. When the Unibody MacBook Pro first hit the market, its performance was highly praised. Thanks to the Intel Core 2 Duo processor and dual graphics cards, the laptop handled everything from video editing in Final Cut Pro to gaming with ease. The NVIDIA GeForce 9600M GT, in particular, was a significant improvement over the graphics in the previous generation, offering better performance for 3D rendering and professional applications. Now in 2024, this 2008 MacBook Pro is understandably limited. The Core 2 Duo processor struggles with modern software due to only having 2 processor cores, and with the lack of official macOS updates beyond 10.11 El Capitan, means it can't natively run the latest version of many current applications. However, basic tasks like web browsing, writing, and even some light photo editing still work just fine on this Mac, especially with some basic upgrades. Now, as I stated previously, Apple officially supported the 2008 Unibody MacBook Pro with macOS updates until 2015, starting with OS X 10.5.5 Leopard and ending with macOS 10.11 El Capitan. Security updates continued for a short time after that, but by 2017, the MacBook Pro was classified as obsolete, meaning no more repairs or parts were offered by Apple. However, the community has kept the device alive with projects like OpenCore Legacy Patcher, which allows newer versions of macOS to run on unsupported hardware. With some effort, you can run recent versions of macOS on this machine, extending its usefulness well into the present day, although not all features are supported due to the hardware in this machine simply being too old. Furthermore, if you want to bring a 2008 MacBook Pro into 2024, there are a few key upgrades you should make. The first and most important upgrade in my opinion is to replace the original hard drive with a solid-state drive. This single upgrade can dramatically improve boot times and overall responsiveness. Next, you should increase the RAM. The 2008 model officially supports up to 4GB, but with a firmware update, you can install up to 8GB for better multitasking. Finally, you can install a newer macOS version using OpenCore Legacy Patcher, which will provide you with better security and app usability. Alternatively, you could install a lightweight Linux distribution such as Linux Lite or Linux Mint, which will most likely provide better performance than newer, unofficial versions of macOS. For those willing to tinker and put in some work, this MacBook Pro remains a decent option for everyday tasks, even It's a piece of Apple history. Its groundbreaking unibody design set the standard for laptops for over a decade, and its combination of performance and portability made it a favorite among professionals and enthusiasts alike. While its age shows in today's demanding tech landscape, with a few upgrades and tweaks, this iconic device can still serve a purpose. Whether you're a collector, a fan of Apple's design legacy, or just looking for a fun restoration project, the first Unibody MacBook Pro is a fascinating look at where modern laptops began. Well guys, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll try to put up some more videos in the future because it's kind of been like 9 months since I've uploaded a video, and I'll try to do more consistently. And yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.